Denny J Show. Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraitigwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean hande
it's time.
Saka motor just 100,000 will be getting mad with per day. Then parking I'm going to continue quest of the kwangu.
Oh, next to the building anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you when we go that side. This is about 12,000 12 acres. And then I go plan to do piece. Was in Tanga renovation December. Because I'm putting gym, cafe, a small shop, do some sweets there, like my system hotel for me. This is the elevator to go upstairs.
How big is the auditorium going to be? Are you able to knock down walls to make the auditorium big?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. So it's a really massive place there.
It's massive. So when thieves came in, they were breaking my screen and door. They were like vandalizing stuff. And they took my speakers with my showroom and stuff.
So basically, each and every one of the theaters is like this size.
Now this
and
is,
then there are 14
the bigger one is the one next. They are all different sizes, but all of them are like this. Then the center one, they're going to move every piece there. Everyone will be there. This is our last theater, is theater number 14.
Right, okay, so you got theaters on both sides.
On both sides. And this one is like the main one. We're putting a stage here. We're putting a stage here, you see they're stealing the speakers and stuff. So they are putting the stage here. We are breaking this wall and the other one on the other side. So then my chairs are going to fly, floor attack.
Yeah, Prophet, this is beautiful.
I don't believe I'm a president.
Because guy, there's a lot of comedy in the content and exaggerations.
Exaggeration, no comedy, yes. But the gender Gucci, I got down with the last day is over $1 million. So here, it's another space. The building is big.
Oh, so you can knock down these walls and then this can be like a VIP, everything. Whatever.
And then the last floor, extra my servers, my safer and stuff.
So this is huge. So you'll be able to offer conference facilities and that sort of thing?
Of course, in Ultramar, my corporates would come here. When my corporates comes, we charge my weddings. So these are offices. Office, elevator. There's another one going back, but I think we locked this time. But it's the same space with that one that way. Okay. For the other 9 theaters.
Oh, okay.
Space like
right. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Going this one. Ukwanisela ukuvula account yakho ndimbona chi chikoshwa vakabvuma munombocheka then mozenda mangu mokombi ideas incredible
Asha Java
Tyson Spawner.
Live from Maryland, this is the Denny J Show.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Welcome to my crib. These are some of my toys.
Nice.
My wife just left with the Cybertruck. My kids just left with the other 2 cars and the other cars on the other house where we were that time. And this is the house I am extending. Second floor is just going to be cars only. And I'm going to have an elevator taking me from the first floor to the 3rd floor. And this bridge and connecting to the house. That's how we're doing it.
That's dope. That's dope. And this is my friend Webster Machokoto is rolling with us.
Mr. Machokoto, welcome to Maryland. Please get in. Let's go in.
What strikes me the most is from coming from Zim, you're suddenly spending all this money. This is quite a lot of money. The house,
I wasn't spending,
the cars.
I was just using.
Okay, you were just using a lot of money.
Yeah.
And people will be tempted to think this is money that you came with, or this is money that you made once you got it.
It was both.
You came with some money, and then that money you made it grow. And are you going to tell us how?
You know me, I always never tell people how bad.
So how are you going to inspire us? We need to know how.
So
the American dream.
I did,
the American dream.
I did my recent YouTube link, which is most viewed this month. And I was telling people 5 things never to say to people. And among that I said, never tell people your source of income, because that's where they will destroy your future. Never tell people your plans that are not yet developed, because they'll choke them before they do that. It's some of the principles that made me who I am. And I feel like people watching me, I don't know them and I don't owe them. If they want to be me, they should be close to me enough to know me more so they can be inspired more and be blessed. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube there.
Right.
Washkaleveroro there. Batirana, and stuff like that.
Okay. And then you recently were, of course, you've got the 2 houses, the one that we're in, and then the other one that we went to see. I think the visuals are going to be shown there. And then recently you were talking about a church. Tell us a little bit about that church you posted.
So what happened now, Bible study, right? People are coming next week, following week. What am I going to do? Okay, because my plan was to go to California. I don't like the lifestyle of this side.
Okay.
Cali all the way. So I'm supposed to go to Cali. So, okay, let me just find a temporal place. So I was looking and all the rent was like 15,000 a month.
This is for the first church, right?
Yeah, for the first church. So if I buy something, I'll use the same amount to pay if it's mortgage. So I pushed. And that was the same time I bought this house and that church, same time.
Right.
Bam. And it was supposed to be just a year or 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
But then we moved into COVID. Things happened. We got another child.
Yeah.
So permanently we're here. So what can I do? So let me get a building. You know me, I've been traveling back from America, Africa, and going back and forth and stuff like that. This is the first time I'm going to settle now to say I'm dedicating myself just to preach, save souls, change lives. I'm not doing movements anymore. But the reason why I was really comfortable in doing these movements was because my church building can get like 400 or 500 people max.
Right.
If I keep moving, and when I'm here, everyone is flying into Maryland. And the police is giving us trouble every service. Police is coming. I don't want to put more strain.
Right.
So just coming, maybe I preach once in a month or 2 months and stuff like that. So I skipped. Okay. Then in traveling, I started seeing but I'm growing old now. I'm 35, now 36. Let me enjoy life because I'm not going to have these youthful moments again.
Right.
What if I die tomorrow? So I did do and I enjoyed life, and now I feel like I've matured. I have enough beard to settle and be a good leader to my people, good father to my kids and stuff like that.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the new building. We did go and see the old one, and we also went to see the new one.
The big one.
Yeah. Tell us about how you acquired that one, because it's not a cheap building. You were mentioning, I think in your video, $14 million or something.
Yes.
Tell us how you managed to strike such a deal, and how easy it is to pay for a $14
But
million
as you know me, I don't tell people where I'm coming from and where I'm going. But I can always show you where I am.
Yeah, but you know, like even on the last episode we did, people are always questioning passion, because passion exaggerates a lot. It's funny on some of these videos, so we don't know when you're joking and when you're telling the truth.
But the good part about America now is it's different from Zimbabwe, and the demarcation is, if you Google my first building, it will show you the history of it, how when I bought it, how much I bought it for, and this now video, people can just check that.
But the question is,
so you can't come in like that. My building is 40 million. Actually, it was valued at $23 million.
See, I've got a rule. Every time passion says 20, to me it means 5.
but imagine,
if you tell me your car costs 500,
imagine that 12 acres of land in America, in Bowie. The most richest black guys are in Bowie, and in that area, prime land, 12 acres, that big parking lot that parks over 600 cars, the monstrous building you are seeing there, then you say 5 million.
Okay, all right, okay. My question rather is, did we write a check for 14 million? Or
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Me, I don't come on video to tell people that, because I don't owe them that, and I don't know them.
Okay.
But what I can tell them is I have it.
Yeah. I want to congratulate you, because we went there and I had a look at the building. It's an amazing building. It's even bigger than what I was seeing when you were posting.
Yeah, my videos and pictures, they don't really show this stuff.
Yeah, because like you said, it was a cinema house with 14
cinemas just on the first floor.
And then you were telling me also that your plan is to break it down and make it into a big auditorium.
Yeah, yes, an arena.
Yeah, when is this gonna be functional?
Oh, we are already in the process. Yeah. But in America, in permits, I think worldwide, the permits take time and stuff like that. It's phases and stuff. So within 6 to 8 months, we should be able to be inside.
Nice. And we'll be back to film you.
I'll be happy if you do so.
I didn't get to see your wife. I don't know, she's out, right, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate you on the wedding.
That wedding was the best, but costly.
So tell me, because you're married already, right? And you had a wedding with your wife.
It depends on the definition of marriage.
Why was it important to do a second wedding? I want to understand, because maybe people can learn from it.
Like I told you, I've made a lot of enjoyment in life, a lot of enjoyment, and I felt like when I was enjoying life and growing, there is a time I kind of disconnected with my family because of too much traveling and stuff.
Right.
I'm out of the house for a month, for 2 months, for what? Let me create that world like it's a restart button.
Okay.
Yeah, then boom. So you have to like start dating again, start loving again, deeper kiss, and then go on your knee and just engage somebody. Like, but I'm married. I fall in love with you again. Then you say wedding. Then boom.
No, that's a beautiful.
I have never seen a wedding like that in my whole life.
Yeah. So like when you do a 3-day wedding, how does it work? You get wed today, you go sleep, you wake up, you go wed again? Or
it's more being satisfied, you know.
Yeah.
Not being satisfied. It's like jiggy. This time it's like, but you go again, jiggy. And you're like, So So as long as you can have it, do it. Because my rule is, I may die tomorrow, I may die next month, I may die in 2 years, in 10 years. I don't know when I'm gonna die. Let me enjoy life to the fullest.
So how much was the wedding?
What I can tell you was, it was lots of money.
Give me a number. A ballpark figure. 100?
I was 400.
400?
The food alone was not even 100,000. The food alone, I think, I'm not really sure with the
You
numbers.
always come out and you say, I'm wearing this shoe. It costs 10,000. Now you did this. Okay. Or we compare on the shoe. How much is this shoe?
I don't remember, I walked into the other closet today and I remembered, I have this shoe, like, I don't remember, but it was thousands of dollars.
Okay, you always have numbers. So the wedding cost, ballpark figure 400.
It can't be 400 because the dress only of my wife is 100,000. The food alone is more than 100,000. The venue was like 60 something thousand.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, for a day, I think it was 60 something.
Whose idea was it? Was it your idea to have the wedding or your wife? Because
So the honest truth is, when we first said our wedding in Jamaica, my wife wanted a wedding like what we just did. And I said, no, it's not making sense. Let's invest that money and make it get us more money.
Okay.
Then when we have more money from that money we want to throw a wedding, then we do the wedding. But then when I started coming back to be more sweeter, that's when we said wedding. She chose another venue. I said, me, I want to marry you, enjoy you, but also I want my social media pictures and videos to be great. And I want to be a grandfather 40 years, 50 years from now and be showing my grandchildren. You just said a wedding, it was not even half of what I did.
Right.
I want to set a pace for my kids so that they can be better than what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of money on expensive items, clothes and things, right? What's the reasoning, especially on clothes? Why do you buy a $10,000 boot? What does that do? What does that do for you? Why is it important for you when you can buy $100 sneaker? So I want to get the explanation from you.
I'm telling you, it's stages, and the good part about my life, I've been in every stage. I wasn't born rich.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. When we had our first instruments at our church, you know how much were they? They cost me 6,000 rand in South Africa.
Yeah.
Put them on a bus, came back. Then one day I was preaching and he said, this microphone was $2,000. I said, this guy is a fool. My whole instrument is not even $2,000.
And his microphone.
He's saying his microphone, hakuna zvakadaro, harunyebo. Then takasvika palevel rekuti the instruments I use now, if you ask all of them, they're like 100 and, I'm not sure, but 100 and something thousand, just to my instrument.
Yeah.
100 and something thousand. There's a friend of mine, Bishop Paradise, when I was preaching for him in Chitumbili, and I mentioned my instrument down the Mari, because it looked like a joke. But I cost over 100,000. Because kwa vari level rawo hasikwanisa kubhiliva saka pane malevels ekuti pane pandakambonzwa kune suti inonzi Georgia Amani yekuita $300.
Yeah, but the difference, especially when it comes to sound, they are big brand sound. There's big brand sound and then there's ordinary sound. You can actually tell the difference. So I can understand that you would want $100,000 sound system. It makes sense. I totally get that one. But what about a shoe? The purpose of a shoe is, the purpose of a shoe. You know what I mean?
I'll give an example of where I'm coming from. It's about me, not the people. If I tell you the price of my pajamas, you collapse. But it's not something I'm gonna come out with.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm just gonna put away and sleep. Why am I doing that? It's for me. I wanna feel like,
there's a guy called Dr. Umar. He's from out here, right? He's always talking about how our people spend a lot of money on the wrong things, right? Because look, see, when you buy a shoe, right? When a normal person buys a shoe, you want to buy a good shoe, right?
that will last you 10 years, 15 years.
I mean, you get that with every Nike, Adidas,
Yeah.
or any of the good brands. But when you go overboard, when instead of buying a $200 shoe, you're buying a $10,000 shoe, then I think what I want to understand is that a statement? Is that...
Let me break it down in different ways. I'll give you another way. What I do is to preach Jesus Christ, and I want people to believe in the brand Jesus that I'm selling to them. Right. Then I go.
Is it not about the word?
Yeah, I'm coming there. Before I say, how are you? Like any other girl you can approach, they look at you first. People won't buy your story unless they buy you. I don't know if I make sense.
Okay.
So ndasvika baba ndakarwazitya ndoti inini Jesu wangu anokubatsirai, anokupfumisai, anokubvisai muurombe, anokudai, so nobody will buy my story. Pakandoparidzira crowd rekumbare ndofana wena ndakarwa t-shirt, ndakarwa Gucci, ndato out of what I'm doing. I don't know if you understand. But in the crowd rangu inini I have my millionaires church mark. You can come at any given Sundays. I'm not the only one anokapakala. My Teslas. All these cars. Why? Because people are attracted to themselves. Muna anopfeka Gucci attracted to muna anopfeka Gucci. Muna driver Lambo attracted to muna driver Lambo. Saka target audience yako yakuti uda vanhu vakaita sei, ndonokudza kuti chipfeka sei, chidriver sei, chigara pakaita sei. Hazviite kuti mukuru waita savamagaya vaya vatenge Lamborghini right now. It doesn't go with this crowd. Hazviri kuti mari yacho havana, vatone mari kundikunda vamagaya. But avatenge mota iyo because crowd zvavaraendera nezvozvo. Steve Jobs haana need yekuti apfeke.
Because I was coming to that. I thought you saw me coming. Steve Jobs used to wear Issey Miyake t-shirts, $175. Levi 501s, you know those jeans, the basics,
Because
$120.
mari yake is audience yake.
No, but
mari yake iri system yagadzira kuti angononorara.
I know, but
every second ichipinda.
My challenge.
Inini ndapa kuti ndakati makadi munhu akubudisa $100 wandipa. Ndokufara ndasangana nemi mukuru. Ati ukasadaro manje.
Okay.
Kuchechi kwabhuru wangu wandabva kuti wamagaya munhu anogona kubvisa $1 kana 50 cents kana une bhageti rechibage.
So does that go with dress the way you want to be addressed?
Exactly. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Dress to impress. Because people will always talk to you the way nepanokuisa kuti ari apa andora neuri papa.
You know, on that same issue, like I see a lot of black people, especially when they go to Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
Yeah.
The first thing they think of doing is posting, right? The people who are actually the target audience for Gucci and Louis Vuitton are probably people who don't even post, right? So why do you think that is? Is it?
It's because takakura mnamo ndakamboita life yekuti nandine nduwe 1 vaiwacha manero rara uri munhu aina makiseno dzakapfeka nduwe every day. Ndakamboita slippers raisungwa newaya pazasi apo, ukajamba zoiti ukanotsika madhaga aya mvura yanopinda vayambira. Ndowandakava ubva wazoona Gucci wavoipimbika. Aiwa wakurakidza magengi angu echitongisa Zimbabwe yaya neamwe timu yeAmerica kuti oneka handichazi palevel rairiya. Murungu manje akura zvirimo. Mwambona murungu anoposta ndiri mudege, ndiri first class, ndiri business class. Life iri normal kwaari. Inini first time ndapinda kwete mubusiness ndapinda mudege vakachiona. Ndona iwo ndaitwa Mwari wangu. Preaching yangu yakachinja baba every Sunday. Ndanga ndiri mudege, Mwari wangu anokwidza ndege. Ndapinda business class, hayi level rangu rapa first class. One night. Jet jetika bwa nokuti atizviziwe mukuru kuvhunduka
saka
mapedzera undona rine richiposta mota mukuru
saka nawapedza kuvhunduka. Why then do you keep doing it?
Unonzi kupera kusa maintain zvaungochita.
Saka, it's like a drug. You have to
No, you want to maintain it. Ukasa maintain as was introduce as wapera.
So it's important that we keep giving them content.
Yeah, because vanhu vavadhonza nezvaurika ukachizvichinja izvozvozvo wakutorasa vanhu vakunotsvaga vavakuda unoku hazvichamake sense, so you have to maintain it.
Right. So, I mean, what can we say to the young people, especially regarding this issue? Because
No, young people now come and sit under me.
because a lot of young people, you know what happens now is someone gets to go into a Louis Vuitton shop for the first time or one time or whatever, but they make sure they post it, right? And then by doing that, they're putting pressure, right, on their peers, right? Because their peers are going to think, we are failures in life, we're not doing well. And most of the time, people are posting stuff that's not even theirs, and that sort of thing. And this whole social media thing,
They've changed the game.
and I don't know what can you tell.
Inenda kuti
The
manje
young
the young
generation.
ones and those ones who want to be me chuya kwandiri mugare pasi pangu. Now when you come sit under me now kudzidzisa kuti no.
I mean, of course, all the people who are going to watch this are not going to be able to come under you. But
No.
I mean, just as a little piece of advice, what would you advise those people? Because it's people like you who are putting pressure on
Let me
others.
advise them according to me, not according what you want to hear.
Okay,
According to me.
accordingly.
Vaira. Because inini chakandisumudza kuvhairirwa nehama. Mudara wangu afa dzimwe hama rinozoona svika ndakunzitwa baba. But kuvhairirwa kweko kukandipa shungu. Shungu.
Ndotsvaga ma-US.
Ndotsvaga baba, ndotsvaga. But chindidzidzaiwo passion inini. Ndakanzwa ndakudzidzwa paUZ.
Yeah?
Ndakanzwa kuti vanhu vakundistada paUZ.
Like
Chindidzidzaiwo
class.
ya chindidzidzaiwo palevel iri rekuti ndisati ndakupostire Gucci ndakaposta imba. Usamhanyo ndenga hembe usina imba. Ndakaposta imba inoita mita ma06 post. Ndapedza posta imba ndakaburitsira iLamborghini yeyelo mugonyeti. Saka uchibva mumba chakutera yamota because ukaratidza ndakapengawo naye wabhiliva handiti ukabuda mumba macho havachatombokuziva kuti urani chidhiraivha mumota kuti wabhiliva wabuda mumotikari mayamuya chipfekawo Rolex vanhu vari mubuilding vanoti munhu asi kutamba nayo chipfekawo Gucci kuti munhu asiri kuona Rolex ari kuro akautasa noti black awo ndiana masteps chistadewo inini musangoti pandasvika pekupedzisira pakuti ndakurakidzai Gucci maumhanya kuGucci ayo tenga stand.
Satangira Gucci.
Yeah, buy your land, build your house.
That's a good piece of advice.
But nakirwa nelife usanyeberwa nanziseva mari unofa uchiseva mari yakadyiwa nemaage mukadzi wakanoorwa nebora ngoma rakaromba rekurwa mukadzi rorwa mari yako saka nakirwa because madhezi ayo euyouth ukasamaenjoya sezvandakaita makore asaya mukuru paunosvika 60 years unotinetsa undangopika
I like how you just looked at me. Like, do you have a name?
ndopa example
Yeah, but
ndakaona zvoru wangu baba rangu ine ndakatombochegetwa nanhasi ndochengetwa namukuru wangu anonzi Kenny Mbayo imene.
Right.
But at 60 years nomona akarwa goche neshort nekavest baba I thought what's up
But
The flat base.
But I think
atsvaka youth aitsvaka mari airoka mari mudhara nemauctionka aigadzira mamillions baba ivamwe wapano vachitamba manight club yanga siku iko mwana agara
I will live a life.
achinwirira perfume at 60 years
Saka,
handidi that life ndokuenjoya now pa6 nenda kuti makore enyaya ndandakapenga
Saka Paulo zosvika 60 wewe ausha.
no panjasvika 40 you will never even see me social media.
Okay.
Yeah, panjasvika 40 life begins at 40 ikona iri ndichirungu enjoy upenyu.
Yeah. You know, when I came yesterday and we were walking around and you were showing me all these things, I realized that, the person that you are when you're posting skits and the person that you are in real life are two different.
You'd have to.
Well, why is that? Why is that? Some people think you are stuck up, like you're messed up, like you're a bad person. But when people get to speak to you, you're so different.
It's a law. It's a law of power. It's a law of power. Irritate people to connect with the people. You don't connect them and irritate them.
How does that work? I don't talk to people who I'm irritated with.
But you're talking to me now.
I'm not irritated
with you. When you started knowing about me, you're like, this guy, this guy.
No, but I can see through
until you started like,
No, I can see through
yes. Got him into my show now. Then I came to the show. Yeah. If you never say, you're not gonna
No, I wanted to understand why you're so irritating. That's why I got you to the show.
It was a strategy.
Because I know you were irritating, but I knew you had numbers.
Of course.
So I had to bring you and your irritating
But what you brought those numbers is
show.
Irritating the people and connecting with them.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I know you're a nice guy, but a lot of people think that you're a certain other person.
You're not selling my idea. I want them to keep being irritated. So they keep looking into me every time. Women, they look more, my pictures are ex than what current. They visit profile your ex more than your current. Yeah. Of course, because that's Java for you. That's the way they it's a brand movie. But I passed that now.
Yeah.
I went back for pulpit.
Because I feel like, do you not feel like the comedy that you do takes away from what you're trying to achieve? Because, I see.
But my comedy is always for Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
When I'm not in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, they see me as a different people. Because when I do my comedy, I have to sing, I have to speak Shona, I have to speak my language. Because that's for that audience.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I go America, passion, I use the money to me, and I get skubudu. When I go to Korea, send a Gucci belt. No. Our father said, what are you saying? Passion is English. Passion out zaman kuti minonege kone samosa.
They say that in English.
Minonege kone samosa. How do you explain that to someone in English?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's calculated because I know my audience is Zimbabwean. So
okay. All right. Okay. That makes sense. So you fly a lot to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Are you pursuing any business projects? Why are you always up and down?
No. Mkuru ukadriver mota. Ansanda kambopostera ku America kuti one mota ndinayo. Pane chimwe chacho kuti homeboy wangu wana mota ndakudrive. It's always team yako padeni. Ngera mari usida kuti members angu esauri ngondo ati wana ende mari ayo vanongoona but asamwandinzo. But team iri ground. Unenge uchinzwa kuti ungono connect amana online. I remember first time in South Africa ndakanotenga majina, ndotenga fridge, majin, hoodie, pandakadzoka ndaichinja ka 4 pazuva. Ndakana mabag mamonaki. Yeah. Then ndadzokera nopanda zanga ndotenga nemsoro ndadidi. But umboteka ngwa satisfaction ke so. When I'm coming to Zimbabwe, my first days angu angoroya ngoto Jinimbari ko passion aswika zvadai. Those were the first days. Then later on ndakatanga that politics is actually good for my children, for my family. Ndakasa mirror for what I believe as make a sense. And I connected na president. I I started pushing with one agenda in Zimbabwe. And honestly speaking, the what people don't know. And nakumbopera ndakano target akuti voterai munhu kana kuti MP uyo kana council kanchikati ndaiudza vanotovhoterai idea because tine 2 ideas. Tine one idea yevanhu vari kuti ngatidzosei mafanko arungu vatipe mari votisponsor. Nevane idea kuti nyika ngaivakwe nevene vayo iwo ita mine yako wega, diamond rako wega, farm rako wega, usumuke wega. So which one should I choose? And I never told anyone to choose what I choose. I told people the great idea and the yekuti vision yekuti vaka wega.
I mean to be fair, no one ever said they want to take farms and give back to the white people.
Chokwadi tochiziya, even makadaiwa journalism, chokwadi tochiziya. Kuti Zimbabwe ipe ma sanction. Zimbabwe kuti ipe ma sanction. You know the history. Zimbabwe yangesima maisha sanction. Zimbabwe dollar rakatomboita pamusoro pe-pound, pamusoro pe-US dollar. But ka sanction wapapa mkuru tatora mafamu. Ndo patakatanga kushaya zvinhu, kushaya magetsi, kushaya mvura, kushaya trading nedzimwe nyika. How do you explain that? Takoborwa. And takoborwa vakati kuti zvidzoke kadzosera vanhu mafamu avo, kadzosera vanhu mamaini avo, manhenga avo. So those two ideas kwandiri iri biased, iri fair. For my children akura iti chimaini changu icho, chifamu changu icho. So I started moving in that to make people understand and have the value of what we are doing, and it worked.
Yeah, of course, when I was talking to you, again, because I've seen you're very close to the leadership. I've seen several videos of you doing work with the president and the party and that sort of thing. And then, so my question immediately, the thing that came to my mind was, if you're that close to, the leadership, surely you are getting some sort of benefit in terms of opportunities. That's what came to my mind. But then you say that.
I looked into my opportunity. Actually, my opportunity. Unowana mai. Wamana investors, chera there, obuda mari. Vanhu vochera unoshaya nechino. Umweni unozobata after 6 months, but wabata betri anokupa 200,000 na 300,000. Watoutsinya nditore mine because kune vanoida mari ndikamboshande 6 months wane 300,000. I can't. I just can't.
But of course, in terms of business, you are not looking at one project, right? You can have 20, 40, 60 projects running at the same time.
Problem papo manje ndi president idi. Munhu ana worry. That means kanda apply mine nini. Kune vanhu vari muqueue vakapply mine. Maybe from 2020 or 2021. Ndakapply nasira munozo approve after mine. Then our president go worry. Vangoti mupe mine. Mupe diamond. Chimpane mupe. President very straight. Sano vanonopinda muqueue ya baba. Ndowana mine. Ndotanga kuchera. Ndozobata gold. Ndotengeza pamwe ndona 200,000. Mukuru wangu wari munhu anodai. Adai tine mari. Dai ndakatama ndaka Zimbabwe. Ndautekwa kune mari yandairwa Zimbabwe ndagara uno. Ndauya uzotora mari. Ndaikuvhairira
I think maybe you're just content with your setup here because you have a good setup here. You're doing well.
Ngadai msangano uone uori mkuru. Nepandiri pamungu torapa. Ndatazotora millions.
So are you saying there's no corruption in Zimbabwe?
Aiwa, takazoita hakuna nyika zina corruption ndaunyepa from America, London, Japan, ndaunyepa. Nokuti president Idi avabvumire zvakadaro.
I don't think you would even go to that level if you wanted to do so. I think the sort of clouds that you have,
connection
the sort of
people
clouds that
like
you
that.
have because of your proximity to the leadership. I'm not saying do corruption.
But what would I do? But what would I choose if I get an opportunity?
Yeah.
What should I choose? To find the minister or someone are corrupt?
No.
Do win a marry corruption, do lose a president.
We are rushing to corruption.
Yes.
But I'm saying there are opportunities in Zimbabwe, notwithstanding corruption. You can actually pursue something and make it work.
200,000, 500,000 after 4 months, 6 months. I don't need that. What vano need those opportunities to get those opportunities. I don't need that. I make millions. Zaunonoti amfana animal. Hongo we pay watch 345,000. Bracelet 16,000. Aziti.
All right. Let's talk about Passion Java Records. What happened to Passion Java Records?
Passion Java Records is something that if you look registration here, it's something I did for my sister and Boss Lashan.
Okay.
Then they needed capital to do it. And I asked them the vision. And they wanted to be bigger than what people are doing in Zimbabwe.
Right.
Which means they wanted to be featuring South Africa, Nana Mapurisa, Nana Kapsa, Nana Master KG, Adawita, Tanzania, Nana Rivani, Nana Diamond, Nana Benambo, and the likes and stuff. So that's a good one. So let's work. So we funded. Patati. Coffee, that project was big. It was over 100,000. coffee chete achaja ma-thousands anotyisa, then kozomufly neteam yake yese. Rayvanny achaja ma-thousands zomufly neteam yake yese, then kuzopo Skid mari, Rocky mari, shoot a video. We flew a team from Tanzania shoot that video. Ngapachidzoka kana hapana, kana kota Zimbabwe kuna ma-streams. So I advise them, no, what you can do is find vanhu vakasana Benobo or Diamond or Rayvanny or Master KG. Motana ma projects ekuti this one and album, you don't have to put passion Java record. Gorwa marenyu kuma streams kuma chi, they make money kuma shows, and it's working for them.
Okay.
But local, we don't have those numbers that will bring money. So not at local, you have to invest my show, maybe a song or in video, maximum maybe 5,000.
Okay. And then, so what happened to Rocky? We haven't heard from Rocky. You tried to bring him back.
Yeah. No, we brought him back. We did.
But he's gone again.
I am not in touch with that. But the deal with Rocky and the team was Anita Mashwaki, Anita Nzaki. What they need is song na Rocky, then they make my numbers online.
Okay.
And according to the investment they hit, my numbers are got online. Money ngoramba ichungobuda isekutoka.
Okay.
So it was more of him benefiting because he's taking more money on my shows, he's making money, copy and stuff. So the guy said to say, business-wise, we can't keep investing where we are not making profit.
Okay. All right. I want to take you to Christianity for a bit.
All right.
I've had a number of guests on the show who are very critical of Christianity. They say, Christianity is a white people's religion, and so on. I've had Joshua Mabonga on the show. He's an African philosopher. He used to be a bishop with SDA.
All right.
I've also had Mono Mukundu. These two people have been very critical of Christianity. What do you say to people who say this is a white man's religion?
Oh, they are right in their own perspective, point of view. I cannot judge them on how they view what we do, who I am. So in their eyes, they are right.
Yeah, but why I'm asking you this is because you're probably the only man of God who's come after I've had them on the show.
All right.
And they've look, they're saying before white people colonized Africa, there was no Bible, especially in Mono Mukundu. There was no Bible. African people had African ways of doing things, and that used to work for them. I think even if you are to remember, if you look at our history, our people have always believed in God, but they believed in a different way of getting to God.
I'll answer this way. Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls has been there before Nachaminuka, before Ananianda. It was there.
Yep.
Then Murungu and David Livingstone came to Zimbabwe. Doba discovered.
Right.
Mpamato isazi statue rake. Chindo chakadiscover. But when people don't know material, why don't know material? But we India discover. But as they put younger isiko.
True.
And it. That's the same in the Bible. That's the same in Mwari. Ko Zimbabwe taitona mata kuwadzimu wedu wachiterewerera na nasi tinotona mata kuwadzimu wedu wachiterewerera. But azvore kuti Bible kwanga kusina.
Okay.
Rarisati rasvika.
Okay.
Parakanosvika manje pakachinoonekwa simba rakasiyana nerangatinhaka. Pakaonekwa kufamba kwaMwari kukasiyana nemafambiro ataita naMwari. So people were left to choose if they can receive Jesus as their Lord and personal Savior. And then I would say it's hypocritic for someone to say Jesus is for the whites, but you have a white wedding.
Yeah, that's true. You also questions that. The same guy I'm mentioning.
Yeah. At the same time, with a white wedding, we are on an interview with lotion on your skin. Why doesn't he go back and take some hedges
Yeah.
and use the hedge to lotion his skin like our great grandfathers were doing?
I think when you look.
Why are you taking some parts from the whites and then you neglect others?
No.
So if you believe in being only ancient, remain ancient, why are you wearing a suit?
All I'm saying is, of course, advancement. You know, before we used to walk with no shoes. Now we wear shoes. There's nothing wrong with advancing. This story, this issue that I'm asking you, has to do with history. Indian people were colonized by the British, like us.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take that also. I think it must have been Dr. Guru Machuru. The Indians were colonized by the British like us. But if you go to India today, their cultures and traditions are intact.
There's a billion gods.
Yeah, and then now when you look at, you know, is it a thing about us? Okay, are we not proud of who we are, such that whoever comes up with a philosophy, we ride with it? Because this speaks to Africans.
No, when it comes to God, the whole syllabus changes. When it comes to God, the whole syllabus changes. In this way. God was God before heaven and earth. Before there was any stone, God was there. All right? And he revealed to every nationality the way he wanted to reveal himself. Right. And he gave us a free will to choose how we can worship him. Even if we don't want him, he gave us free will to reject him.
Right.
So he broke himself into pieces and threw himself as a Catholic God. And people said we are Roman Catholics. We don't speak in tongues. We don't receive the Holy Spirit. We don't do this. But at the same time, we believe in God. We believe in Jesus through Mother Mary. That's what they did. He threw himself to another, and they said, we are Seventh-day Adventists. We only serve God on a Saturday. But it's the same God.
Yeah.
He threw himself to us, Pentecostal. We received him as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, being one God expressing himself in three ways. So there are many ways many people have found their revelation to reach out to God. And it's never a problem. And I cannot come and judge you and say, you are reaching out to God through Ashugiri Wako. Through Mother Mary.
That's the thing.
Through Jesus.
That's the thing. Other Christian leaders are not liberal about it. You just say
because our revelation is different.
You see? Because they'll say you can't get to God unless you go through the Son.
No, me, I will never say you can't. I always say I can't. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life to me. If you don't have that revelation, I cannot say you can't serve God. You have your own revelation, which I have to respect you. Paul said, when you don't eat pork, it's a sin to eat. It's a sin to eat. You have your own revelation about pork. Enjoy your bacon. I have my own. I enjoy my trotters. I don't know if you understand. If you don't eat, I mustn't judge you. So we have revelations according to how God revealed himself to us. I can only preach Jesus. I can never preach about any other God. But I can't come to you and say, no, you have to preach Jesus like I do. You have your revelation, which I have to respect you for. I have mine. If you give me an opportunity to tell about my Jesus, I will tell you who Jesus is, not who Jesus was. You can tell me what Mashiguro was, but I will tell you what Jesus is from creation to today. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. So revelation becomes revelation. Muslim ane mazirano ita mwari. Mahindu ane mazirano ita mwari. Mashiguro ane mazirano ita mwari. Makristo ane mazirano ita mwari. But it's never my duty to condemn and judge anybody who don't believe in what I believe.
That's good. Joshua Maponga also said in the interview, and I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
If we had been colonized by the Chinese, we would all be Buddhists.
Not exactly.
This speaks to the fact that we were colonized by the British, and then unlike the Indians,
I'll make it easy for you.
we were right.
I'll make it easy for you.
Yeah.
Ethiopia have never been colonized.
Yeah, it's the only country.
Yet they serve Jesus Christ and they also serve Muslims.
Yeah.
Why is it they are not Buddhist?
But if we had not been colonized, I think we would still be practicing African philosophy.
No.
Wait, what would you
Ethiopians practice African philosophies.
Yeah.
Ethiopians also practice Muslims. Ethiopians practice Christianity.
Right.
We have many prophets rising in Ethiopia right now.
Yeah.
But nobody colonized them to know Jesus the way they know Jesus. Jesus doesn't need a colonizer to be preached. Jesus is always preached everywhere, anyhow, at any time.
Right.
As long as you want to reach out to anybody, you do. I have many people in my church that were Muslims, that Jesus appeared to them in a dream. And they received Jesus and they're coming to church and they're loving God. But nobody went with a Bible to them and colonized them to know Jesus. So I believe whenever God want to find his way to you, he will find it. Whether you're colonized or you're not colonized.
Okay.
So it's his own revelation, but I think it's wrong to step into other people's revelations and condemn them.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's a fair assessment. He's just posing a question. You know, if we had been colonized by a Muslim nation, we would probably be Muslims.
I'll ask you the same question. Since he's questioning people, he believes in Mashikiro, right?
No, he doesn't.
Well, Sagano believe him.
That's the thing. It's a mystery.
I don't believe.
He believes, you know, when you hear him speak, he speaks of the Bible because he's very knowledgeable. He has a degree in theology.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable about the Bible. That's why he was a pastor, a bishop. And I think there's some contradiction that he came across. And I don't know. So I because there were people in the panel who were asking about Mashikiro, Shikiro, and all these other, and Manchutu and all these things. He was not willing to engage.
So let me ask you a question.
So
Animari, Munamoto, Animari.
No, I argue.
So you tell me million years in
I argue. But what I'm saying is, why is
that's no good. That's no good.
No, I think for some people it's not really.
First one, in the sense that he believes in President Idi, he supports Msangano, so I respect him for that. But in the Msangano,
okay, let's talk about some of the people that you've been in touch with.
Yeah.
You issued a video the other time about Tinashe Mutharisi. What is the status of that relationship with him, and why was it necessary for you to post that video? Was it a video? No, he posted a video and then you posted a video.
Yeah, imagine that guy. First one, Mazuache, music, if I want something in Zimbabwe, I buy from him and stuff like that. So we know each other. And that's not a video will show our government.
I don't think I showed a government because I saw it. I saw it. Aitaroti is having challenges doing his work because of electricity cuts. He did not castigate the government.
Akati in Zimbabwe.
No, but Zimbabwe is the country.
Yeah, Atina Magets. Number one, it's a lie.
Which is, no, he didn't say it. Akati, yeah, Magets. And he's having to lay people off.
Mukuru Motsepo in South Africa is a businessman. And currently, for the past 3 years, Zimbabwe, South Africa went to Magezo that doesn't. But atina businessmen akubuda chiti government yedu haidari zvedu zvakaoma izvozvo saka in any way I came in once ndakumfonera kuti wangoona video yako haiite and stuff ndandaita video iyi but ndati uri wangu andikangoposte uri wangoona video panobuda ndaura ndakuchiorera video ndarova video. In that video I was not mocking him, I was correcting him. But even wakazonzwa businessmen wakati say you don't come inini ndabura nichirwa video kuti Zimbabwe iri kudevelop wana zvoitwa maroads wana zvakati wana tiri kukura handina kuti ta perfect tiri kudevelop iwe uya uchipoza movement yandikubeliever. That's wrong.
I think you just
that's wrong. And Magetsa aifanonzwisa if he's a real businessman aifanonzwisa kuti Magetsa Zimbabwe hanza hako zvinonzi aenda wetire kuti aenda zviri kuti hatina pane kwaaenda. Yeah, question mind yekuti aenda kupi. Magetsi aenda kumine kuti aunze more money in Zimbabwe pane kuti auye kumba kwako kumine
but he was speaking in Shona, I think, I'm not sure, which means he was speaking to people who know what he means.
Magetsi aenda kuti hatina magetsi.
We don't have electricity. We don't have electricity in order for us to run our operations. So therefore, we're having to lay people so that they come when we have power.
No, I think up to now you need an apology from that video.
I think you took it. I think you must apologize to him.
How?
Because when it happened, you know, I felt like passion and France.
That's why explaining
because all he was saying is I don't think it was a political message. He was not attacking anyone.
It was.
He was just saying to himself. Do you know? Maybe after that video, I actually think they ended up getting power in that area. If you have a voice, like
even in town, sometimes it's just a
fashion. You have a voice, right? Through social media and all these things, right?
The loudest voice.
So if I'm having excessive power cuts where I stay, right, and then I come on my podcast and I say, Kwandinogara kuzengeza 5, magetsi takapedza kuwaona 2 weeks ago. If I attack the government, I have used my platform to point out a problem. And if the people who are responsible and can fix it, I've told. Just like I can go on a podcast and say I was on Samora Machel at the corner of Samora and Second Street. There was a pothole, and then someone watches my podcast and then they go fix the pothole.
I understand you. I'm telling you what you're some better problem.
I don't know. I'm sure they have.
Are you sure, right? I can't do more about podcast. I got Hakumba Kwang. Madam,
you see how different.
Vakasunga face. Why? Chakapukita Zimbabwe. But Matenga. Saka Zimbabwe imba yedu. Atifukunure wabwa tichidaro. Ndopanda kuti tskama. Kerwa ndevu.
In my opinion.
I know you will say that because you are with me on the broadcast. If you are with him, you will tell me he was wrong.
No. Do you know why? Because when you said it, I think we must have edited an episode and I said, but Passion is my guy, but I think I forgot.
All right.
So and I still stand by it. I think we're going to put an answer.
Inini ndikuti ndakadziziya kuti vamunangagwa vari kusumudza Zimbabwe. Road yagadzirwa. Magetsi ari kuita anani mukuru papangari. Anungota rangu. Anani magetsi airport yedu apo pabo. Wiwobuda mangwana kuti hakuna magetsi, mabusiness edu achatoita one pendi yedu yastuck iwo. What does that mean?
All right, I'm not going to win on this one. You're not going to prove it, but maybe you're going to make a phone call and apologize. I thought that was wrong.
Nah. But it's not wrong to think, though.
Yeah, I think.
So it's good to hold.
Yeah, or at least the brain is working. Let's, and then Mike Chimombe is a good friend of yours. What do you think about what's happening to him? What are your thoughts about that whole thing?
Yeah. Ndakangodzidza ini nangu lesson papa.
What was the lesson?
Kuti usarire in life. Chakwatisa maikurira.
But you kurira.
Ndo pacho pandakatoti ndasangana urira. For example, ndakasvinda ndega kukoti daunzwisisa because ndaiti pane vanhu vakumurwisa, you know. You'll be thinking munhu ari kuatakwa nditi ari kurwiswa. Vamwe vanenge vachiti kamende kumurwisa ane mazimari. Unongoziva zvemugeto zemalanguage aya. Vanhu anoenda kunozvionera ndega. Ndapinda mukoti mamuna wamhomu zakana zita ravo ndovanga vari judge PP vanhu vese varimo and stuff. Chaidebetwa pandechekuti ngaapiwe bail. Nyaya yake yetongwa ari panzi. Munhu aiwitness against Mike ndobva ati pasocial media vanhu vakuvava vari kuti pakabiwa mari yembudzi dzaifanira kuchengeta mafamilies, vanhu vari angry, akabuda azvibude panze musha. Number 2, kune vanhu vari kuti ndewemusangano, musangano uchamufevhera, nemusangano unofevhwa vasungwe, hakuna justice. Number 3, aposta pafacebook pake kuti is innocent, zvakati anofanira kubudiswa. Saka tikutya akabuda panoita mariot panza apa, vanhu vanostrika panza apa, vanoona musangano serizvo panza apa, vanomunzira kuti koti ida chaiyo. I understood them. then the following day abhuka ticket nondabuda and ndatofunzira kuti pane politics dziri kuitika pane something when ndakangopinda mukoti ndakazvionera ndika ndine brain mukuru handakugona hangu choro but ndofunga ndangona ndika kuti no aya tomakwikwa chakunyanya apise ndekuti munhu anopisa ingadai anga ari anyone ordinary ari kufamba mutown dai akatongwa achienda kumba achidzoka chana kumba achidzoka but uyu anosheka zvavo dai ndandiri kunzi ndichabva asungwa vanori kumhanya kuzara pakoti paipa kuti free java kana ndakabuda wapona ndakwasa kuti mabuditsa mbavha semabuditsa mbavha iconnection rake
vanofara zvodareta
java I'm sure you know that but the point is kune vanhu vangoti passion aonekwa achiba handiti nyaya yekoti ndoindoti haana kubonda kaba akabudiswa passion baba panonetsa pasi pandenge abhadhara bribe ane mari abhadhara majaji kana kuti abatsirwa nevanhu vane power saka kutopisa it's a problem pachayo itori mhosva kupisa ndosika kupiswa. That's what I saw. To me is someone I would say he may be 99% innocent panyari.
Okay.
But kuti itongwe inofanirwa mukoti. But kuti itongwe anofanira kutongwa achibva kumba achiuya. But poseni yake haisi kumubvumidza izvozvo ndopeka paangu kwari.
Okay. Let's talk about your friend Hilary Makaya, bride price 40K. I saw that on the social media. What are your thoughts on this valuation? We spoke about bride price that she got 40K with Dog Vigela.
Ndakanzwa my brother owns Apostle Java.
Yeah.
Arora mwana watsvangirai $115,000.
Okay.
So no that the bride price haina price. Unoenderana nemunhu wacho makatasaila ari mungozvionerawo.
So Christos.
Yeah, mega munongoona kuti even 40 yacho ishoma futi.
Okay.
But I think mune makuzongorisi semafamilies wo. Because mfeso wake mpinga chaiyo. Anayo mari. Pamunozoona kuti hawi munhu we-social media. Tikada kuzobudisa ma200,000. Zvizobude zvakanaka, picture ibude zvakanaka. My families I was not there, I'm just assuming. My families anozongotaura mari yavo inosangana pakati. And kurora upere. Ndosangana kamborora. Ndanenge scam baba. Ngozi kurora kupere. Ukatama pamane moto unodedzwa kuti unze upedzorora. Ukatenga zimba kana unodedzwa kungoti level randasvika dai ndakarora muzimba. Ndingodedzwa baba. Makanizwa nani stuff.
Alright, what are your thoughts on, finally, I think let's talk about Baba. What are your thoughts on the direction that he decided to take?
I'm proud of him.
The man of God?
I'm proud of him. There is nothing more excellent in life than knowing Jesus. Right. And then spreading the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. Even ukanzi, our followers, even ones on a mad, even on a chakati. It's always a blessing to know Jesus and to walk with Jesus. And this life transforming, you can actually see it. Adzikama arora mukadzi. Mukadzi wakarorwa mukadzi wemumba chaichai. Agerwa marasta akaya. Akupfekawo zviri different. Association yake anana Tekshua Zama, anana Matthias Mary are in a good position. That alone should be a very good message kuma artist. Even ukajambisa vanhu, because azviri kuti ukangogamuchira Jesu wakuimba gospel. Unogona kujambisa vanhu but kukuziya Mwari here.
Yeah. So ndo pane mubvunzo wangu especially. Baba Harare was earning a very good living from doing Jeep music. In fact, it could be argued that he was probably one of the top Zimbabwean artists. He would probably be featured in the top 5 of Zimbabwean artists who are actually doing shows. And then when you suddenly wake up and you say, I'm leaving my livelihood, because I think if it wasn't important to you, you wouldn't be doing it, so I think it's a livelihood. How does that work in terms of, because you still need a job, you know?
No. Do you know
and if your calling is in music, and you're saying, because you can find God and still do the thing that makes you money.
But do you know what the Matthias Mary anodhura pasho kudarika Winkedi?
I don't think so.
My gospel artists are more expensive
No.
than matimu yemuchechi.
Very. No,
Do you know what
I don't know if it's.
imbofonera
There's only one person who can be
imbofonera
wanted.
anonzi Mika Maendera anditi munzi kuti anochaja mari fonera anonzi
Aiwa,
musikana wakatomudishanzana anogona Janet Manyowa mugonza kuti anoita mari mwanzo wakomana ma 4-5,000
I'm so compare Winky.
na hanzi kukombea ino mbandingotora maprice andoziya from both. I hosted both ika.
No. Winky D makes more today. Winky D makes more than all the major gospel artists.
No.
No,
Not Matthias Mike.
No.
Not Mika Maendera.
No.
Not
We can argue
Janet
about
Jackson.
it, but there's no need. But what I'm saying is, Baba Harare was getting booked more as a guitar artist than now. He recently did a launch, which you're aware of, which didn't go so well. You know what happens is like if
But he did very well.
No, if you're a secular artist,
He did very well.
no, very well is filling up.
No.
We're going to come
Unogona
to doing
kuzadza
well.
nevanhu vasina kuuya
We're coming to
but vamboya vakupa
we're
mari.
coming to do to that. So when you look at we're coming to that issue.
Kuzadza nevanhu vashoma baba vashoma vacho vambopa mari.
No. We're going to come to your issue, but
All right.
but talking about Baba Harare, I think it's important to safeguard your livelihood. It's important to find God, but at the same time, the bills will always be there. And if you have someone that pays your bills, I think it's always good to
I would rather not
That's what I
have a
think.
dollar while I'm preaching Jesus
No,
than to have a
because you're a
dollar
pastor.
without Jesus.
You're a pastor, so your perspective is different.
But ndakanzwa baba Harare kusafa
Would
now
you rather
vachiimba gospel vachinamata Mwari, I can give him
Would you
20,000.
rather have one of your congregants who's doing well musically quit doing music and stop making offerings?
Offering yakawanda kudarika kamari yemisika.
But do you get what I'm saying? No, what I'm saying is that congregant as an offering that he brings to the church. And then now he's not going to be able to do it because he's found God so much now he can't even do the thing that makes him.
Zvimachechi zvimwe zvezivo zvazvo chokwadika business is business. Business has nothing
Do you
to
have a
do
problem with a congregant like Baba Harare in your congregation doing secular music? Yeah.
No.
Do you have a problem? You don't?
No.
Yeah, so this is my point. So we
But
kinda
Baba
agree.
Harare havana kuchinja, according to my perspective, havana kuchinja from GT to gospel because vaziya Mwari. He found a calling to sing gospel. It's a calling he found.
What about the calling to sing cheat? Was that not a calling?
I wouldn't call it a calling. I would say it was a talent which was making him successful. But kuzodaidzwa naMwari kuti chindiimbira is what I believe. But anzoreva kuti japraise akauya kuchechi nhasi akufana kuimba Jesu chete. Ko isusu kana takurwa mubhedhi mutembirwa
This is what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, if you were to give him advice today, would you advise him to stop doing cheat?
I believe that he has a calling on gospel. And I find one pressure from people like you to start thinking when
We are
ndakarasikirwa
We
nemari.
are realists.
Anofana kuziva kuti even if I suffer for Christ's sake.
We are
and
realists.
make more money.
And Baba Harare kachukisto. Economida bekoni eggs.
Njoka katomba Jesu kanoramira Mwari. Hakana basa nemari. Dai kareke mari, dai kaizikanwa nemupinga dzese dzemutauni nematsvukira akakaita. Ndo pakanakira kugara muchechi.
So your advice is quit the thing that makes you money.
Any artist who come to Christ,
quit your music.
no, remain doing your music.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So we
if
are
God
agreed.
calls you to sing for Him, obey God. Baba Harare is different from any artist.
Okay, so we wish him all the best. Well, look, let's talk about the Night of Wonders. I had Doc Vikela, and then he said the Night of Wonders Vanaga Wanda. That's
Doc
on the
Vikela,
last
yeah.
episode. The comedian. You must watch my last episode.
Vikela.
My last
Okay,
episode. He's a comedian. So he was.
Uko America?
No,
Unyuwani?
what's up? He was making fun.
Okay,
He was
let's
making
keep
fun
him.
of
Let's
Night
keep
of
him.
Wonders. Let's talk about
Gatimboy analyze the Night of Wonders.
Let's talk about Night of Wonders.
Muka Google right now pa Google. National Sport Opinion 80,000.
You're
And in
about, you're
effect,
about to
yeah.
exaggerate numbers.
No, Google.
again.
I Google it.
I know.
And I could have gone to the job.
You know there's 60,000 seated.
No.
It's a 60,000 seater stadium. You know what an 8 kind of 1 million pass. No, it's
Google it. Google it. I'm done to 100.
At that time, yeah, it's 80,000.
Google it.
Got it, bitch. Yeah, it's 80,000.
You say why rain?
Why don't buy?
Give me $100.
Let's put it here.
Oh wait, I think I.
Put it here. And then I'm gonna say big, but let's have
Google it.
$100.
I Google it.
$100. Let's put it
50
here.
to 50.
All right, cool.
Ah,
All right. National Sports Stadium. Nah, we cool. National Sports.
I'm sorry, just Google. Google website. Google website.
Sports Stadium. Yeah? Are you googling? Capacity. Are you 80,000?
I Google. I modora ma Google ka 20 ndotsaka penye Google. Mukuoneka
National Stadium capacity. 60,000. It's a 60,000 seater. I've always known. Thank you very much.
One.
Thank you very much. $50 is okay. All right. Not bad. Not a bad day. Not a bad day on the job. It's a 60,000 seater. I've always known this. From Bayagabak.
Amana ma 20,000 and ma 30,000.
What stadium? I am one One word specific Wikipedia. 60,000 people.
Okay.
No, that place was
what year would it?
List of stadiums.
80,000.
Ayiwa Bukit Jalil National Stadium. No, Bukit Chaguti, it's in Kuala Lumpur.
Ndakupe waya makuta wala ngasha nene mana benyu 60,000.
Wikipedia.
Ayo ngasha nene mana benyu 60,000.
60,000.
Kana itawa 60,000. According nekuti Java anozorwa gimmick anditi. Munofungidzira kuti Java kesona ngani. Apicha ndoona
that was a good 9,000, 8,000.
Man,
that was a good 8,000.
Ayo man, ndokurakidza.
I saw the picture.
8.
All right, okay, 10. Okay, 10. You're my guy. I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10. 10,000.
That one, Makandi Mzari Pinaranga.
What's your number? Give me your number.
And Orax, and Chava Gavering.
Give me your number.
National Sports.
No, Passion, give me your number.
How many? We are counted with 27,000.
You're saying it was half full. It was. There's no way. There's no way.
One. I thought it was a drama.
It's 3 Mabega. It's 3 Mabega.
3 Mabega.
I saw the visuals. Do you want us to bet on this one?
I'm not Roman. One of
these are 4 bays. Those are 4 bays. You did a good 10,000. Well done. That was a good 10,000.
One each.
That was a good 10,000.
Oh, what I call Awanongan.
One of my keep.
Where's all person? Vanessa, but pass some rest of our puppy.
Look at it this way. How many people can do 10,000?
Each benopin on 4,000 months.
That was a good showing.
Madonna pin on 60,000.
That was a good showing. I'm proud of you. That was a good 10.
To mates. And it.
That was a good 10.
Martina pin on 60,000 and it. Any my payment.
I think 30 something. 30 got to pay 27. In a 30,
can I in a 30?
They can be 4,000 per bay.
I was
take it will be pay and take it pay and
in a 24.
17.
You know, in a 24.
24. Okay.
Yes. She calculated my number by each bay.
Bay 17. No, you can divide to 60.
Divide and calculate.
You did a good 10. I gave you 10.
I was 10. 10 you won't be right, but it was more than 10. By
60,000 divided by 24. You're looking at about 2.5. And then you had your 4 base. 2.5.
No. What am I bay?
4 base.
Put up 4 bay. I got it.
What number do you want?
You didn't put up half
the stadium.
I'm going to my bus. I didn't my bus. We had 27,000. What I think ngati tisangane pakati kufadza imimi ngati rase vamwe vakauya ngati 5 mukuru passion Java asina kunzani machechi muZimbabwe.
No, I'm saying it was a good show.
Ayo mire Java na machechi muZimbabwe auya ndobva unganiza vanhu 5,000 kuti ndokuparidza Jesu. Handisi kuti ngengenye, handisi kuti twabamba, ndazoparidza Jesu. Vanhu 5,000 obva waparidziro. Madhimoni akabuda mwakomona. Vanhu obva wabudiswa madhimoni obva waporeswa. Vanhu obva washora.
Mwabata basa. Hapana.
Bali chinzwa pane pawo manje ramusina kuona pera. Ngatiri kuona 2,000. Ndakatopindamo. Is it not better kuti uite something chiri kufoira pane kusatoita zvamuchose?
No, I agree.
Saka panonzi vanhu vakaitira munational sports tinoverengwa tiri vangani mumapasa? 3 4 Christ Embassy, Zayoja, Makandiwa naJava.
Ko vakazadzanga?
Vakazadza neMakandiwa chete.
Zayoja nanga.
Tarisa chakakura kachete. NdiMakandros baba. Arwa.
Yeah. Yeah, so
but my point yakutora pa-national sports ndeuda so vanhu vawanda ndichitazadza nevanhu vashoma nditi but tapindamo taparidza Jesu mo ma-thousands evanhu vaporeswa
baba.
Yeah, yopanoona kuti common sense is not common kuna vanhu vakawanda because isusu aim yedu as Christianity kana tichiparidza semapastors hatisi kuparidza kuti vanhu vazara, tikuparidza kuti vanhu vachinji, vanhu vabatwe naMwari. Saka even national sports isina kuzara mukuru zvazvaMwari pasina kudhisa 20,000 is a big number zvaMwari chaizvo and ari Java out of all people Java munana uya mukuru.
Yeah, I mean
pane umwe mupana pamwe ndiwo muri kutaura uya muti comedian mupfupisi wakaenda kwaOla so akati mawonders acho ari kutotangira hanzi mawonders acho ari kutotangira kutoti Java ndiye ari kuita munational sport.
Yeah, no, that's a different guy, but that guy is funny. Yeah, it's not him. This is Dr. Killer. He's like
yeah, but we are now number one. But in fact, the point I'm going to say what my wonders are to tangira kuti twabama. Auya na Jesu. It's a wonder.
Right.
Auya na Jesu. Akazadza city sports chalo. Akazadza aquatic complex. Next month they bazadza city sports. The following month banozadza half in national sports. It's a wonder mkuru.
I don't know about half, but okay.
It's a wonder mkuru. Minana mkuru. Mbondofunza emapasa kuti mari mbopinda umo. Bampindika mamva peke maglass am. Ampindika zviti.
So I want to say thank you very much, Passion Java, for having us over at the house. You took good care of me the whole day. We were cruising down the streets of Maryland.
Yeah.
And I had a good time. I look forward to seeing you when you come back home, which you do almost all the time.
Not any question. Chipezi.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You can. The floor is yours.
Java is a brand.
Right. It's a big brand.
Kuparidza Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Asiya mangengenge nematwaba. How do you view it in your own perspective point of view?
I like this Java.
Better than the first one.
Yeah, I like the comedian guy for the comedy, but unfortunately, I don't think you can do both properly, because if you do too much comedy, then the serious Christians get confused a bit. But an occasional joke here and there, I guess, is okay. But I know you have a gift, and some people who've seen the jokes are not going to give you a chance in terms of actually taking you seriously with your gift. So I think I like the new one.
Better than the first.
No, I like the comedian.
But which one you like the better?
The comedian.
All right.
You know, because I like jokes.
But makamboona nchiparidze.
I've seen some clips. I've been curious enough to go and try and see some clips.
Co-profess?
No, I haven't. I haven't been that deep into it. But I know there's something.
That will be a chance for our next, when we do our next broadcast. Mumbonaona one video ye prophecy, ye power, mainly ye preaching. In the history for sake of people coming, in this faith church, the biggest pastor in the world announced Pastor Benny. Then kuna anoparidza word church, the biggest announced TB Jackson.
Right.
Then the best preacher ever announced Noah Jones.
Okay, no John. No John. Called Joel Osteen.
Joel is different.
Anyway.
Yeah, pakuzadza. Pakuzadza navanhu vakakwana. Yeah, aripo. Then kwakadzi the biggest anonzi Juanita Bana.
Okay.
I'm the only person akaparidza, only Zimbabwean kumapastors akaparidza muchechi maUnita Bana. I'm the only Zimbabwean akaparidza, not 2 times, not 3 times, more than 5 times. Muchechi maBenny Hinn Chibaba. chekricha ndikusvika ndipiwa mike ndoparidza ndoprofita kuita naye malive same manowo Jones tinowo Jones aripo ndichiparidza akagara pasi achinyora manotsi achiprofita achiona vanhu achidonha nesimba raMwari tikabva ipapapa Didi Jackson agara pa Jones ndichitaurawo wisdom semufana wakadaro. I think Zimbabweans should open their eyes to see kuti mfano anombota kakupenga kaita angengenge and stuff but the elders of the church avazopengi kumba mike.
Okay.
That's why ndikuti with this new Java that people are saying, give him chance. Gangomuono preaching yake chete. Gango ndine FT eshona kuti handina sogona kupadza nshamba but aripo eshona. Then English, just watch Java preaching, prophesying, healing. Zvenezve kuzonzo Java ane mari wane mota dzake ane dzimba dzanodi zvinozoti rena me blessed man mukatarisa ganda rangu chairo rinoti I'm blessed vhudzi but zvakanyanyisa manje ukatarisa mukadzi wemunhu ukuona kuti uyu ane ropafadzo yaMwari wozotarisa vana uyu ane ropafadzo yaMwari wozotarisa surrounding yake inoziva chese chandinoita baba it's grace kuti at my level kampana kakaita seneshena unoona nechitora picture napresident Idi tobva pamapresident ona Java anenge ane maartist ese kuAfrica kamaisa munhu kunana Southern Africa, Eastern Africa anana Revani anana Master KG anana Tira vese akavaisa munhu ukabva kumusic kwacho kuenda motikari anokukwidza ukabva kudzimba ane dzimba dzacho anokukwidza kumabuilding nezve church building baba.
But you've come a long way, and I'm so proud of.
Ai grace baba in 36 baba ansana mbona mZimbabwe ane building ningirangu at 36. It's a true blessing. Saka vanhu ngavambope Java mukana vambomuono preaching yake prophecy dzake healing dzake. I'm telling you.
So guys, you heard it for yourself. I'm inclined to believe that this new Java is going to go places.
But ingamuti new year.
No, it's a new Java because the original Java.
Not restored.
Okay,
Java.
restored. You know. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that is. So is that all?
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
So thank you guys for watching the Denny
But
show.
ndautera vanhu because tapedza guys kuti daunazogugula
Yeah, right.
80,000 ikabuda mwanzo search.
Yeah. So be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, guys, and see you on the next one.
Denny J Show. Zvanga zviri down ta up tauraitigwe nyaya dzacho dzese narrative ndaichidwe kana mchida kutipisa deep ndaipidwe make you spill a bean if you know what I mean. Hande
It's time!